Welcome everyone. Welcome to Murray NJOA for a special update setup video and room tour for my direct capture setup. I'm going to call this a day in the life of Sean. You guys want to know what goes behind the scenes of a production on Murray NJOA. How do I get my workflow going every day with the videos that I put out? Well, this is it. This is actually a setup. I do this every time I update my setup. Now, let me give you a little bit of a backstory, because I've been doing this since 2008. If you remember, you could go back to my old setup videos where I used to actually use a camera on a tripod, a regular video camera, including the one I'm recording with. And I used to record gameplay that way, believe it or not. But I've stepped up to that. I've stepped up from that, way night and day. The way I do things now is drastically different. I did move into direct capture a couple years ago, and I did a setup on that, and I had the Hauppauge DVR and the Rocket and the Pro and all that. And I was doing it on the PC over here, my PC area over here, with my dual screens there, where I do all my editing. I was using a program called XSplit, and I'm going to have links to all these old videos if you want to watch the progression of my setup. I actually use a program called OBS and XSplit, which are amazing programs. I still use them. And there's a lot of powerful tools there for broadcasting, for recording. I mean, big time people in news stations and broadcasting use these programs. They're really amazing. You can do some amazing, amazing stuff. But I've actually, believe it or not, simplified my setup for when I'm on the Macintosh, because at the time, a lot of the software wasn't on the Mac. And I actually had extension cables go into my console systems here. Extension cables go into here, to my desktop over here to do XSplit. What I do now is very different. I'm going to actually give you the update of my setup now. So I have all my consoles are still here, okay? The older ones, the new ones. And I'm using the Elgato HD game capture. I absolutely love it. I can record in 1080p, 60 frames per second. I got the nice new MacBook Pro here. I got my little station here set up. I'm going to actually go through this, what I'm doing over here. I got a brand new microphone set up. And I actually might even have a new TV since the last time I did this. I got my Wii U sensor bar up there. I got a actually HD webcam, so I could do all face cam now for horror games or Dark Souls or whatever I'm doing. Okay? I'll actually take you to the back here. I'll give you a little update on what's going on in the back here. It's actually so small that I can actually stick this behind my TV. You don't even see it, as where my other PVRs were a little bit bigger. But that's the Elgato back there, okay? That's the Elgato game capture. And I have a pretty cool setup here. I have everything set up, my Xbox One, my Wii U, my PS4. I could change them on the fly. And I'm even using, because of the way that the PS3 is set up, I'm using component cables here to hook up to my PlayStation 3. It comes with all the setups. I actually had these cables already for my old PVR. So the Xbox 360 and the PS3 is ready to go as well. And then everything else, is HDMI to HDMI. So that's good to go. Then what I do is I actually we have a recording studio here and a karaoke setup, the business that we do. So we had microphones all over, and I had like overkill microphones, like over $1,000 microphone I had. I had Audio-Technica. I had studio mics. Now I have a nice, clean, simple setup. I used to have a power supply. It was called Phantom Power. That would go with XLR cables. No, I do real simple now. I got USB. This is called the Blue Snowball. It was a toss-up between this and the Yeti. This is the Blue Snowball. I absolutely love this microphone. It does everything that I need for my commentary. It's nice, one simple USB cord to the PowerBook. It's going right there. A PowerBook. I'm old school. MacBook. I wish I had $1 for every time I say that. It goes to show you how long I've been with Apple. Got the nice pop filter there. Got a nice XLR microphone stand that I re-rigged for the Snowball. Screwed the Snowball on. It's not in my way. It's nice. Records my commentary. I could tweak it. Really good dynamics, really good acoustics, nice vocals, great for podcasts. And then I'm using a software on the MacBook Pro here called the Elgato Game Capture. I love this software. The way that I was doing it before was I had to use like 2 or 3 or 4 different software at the same time. This is awesome. I could do local recordings for PVR with this, and I could also do live streaming through Twitch without any other third-party device, including XSplit. Everything is in the software. Alright, you could tweak everything. You got your game audio. You got your live streaming settings. You got your live commentary settings. Alright, you're the quality of what you want to capture at. As you can see, we're doing 1080p 60 frames per second or 30 frames. Okay, we can actually edit them. There's a little quick edit thing. You can clip them, trim them. Really good software. I'm absolutely loving this compared to the Hauppauge or the Hauppauge, whatever you want to call it, old software that I was using and devices that I was using. The Elgato, it comes with everything. It's really nice. It's right in front of me on the MacBook, so it's on the fly. In another window in Firefox, I could check my stream chat and interact with you guys. That's how I interact with you guys. I could record, like I said, I could record locally, or I could record live stream on Twitch all at the same time with the flick of a button. Really cool. As you can see, it's mirrored from my PlayStation 4. Let's get into my PS4 here. I've been doing Uncharted 4, and I've been recording that, and a lot of other games this month. It's a busy month. So everything's been being recorded. I got my Resident Evil 0 theme in the back there. So pretty cool. Really nice software. I like this setup a lot. Like I said, it's simplified for me. It's better, it's easier, and it's more productive in the workflow. You know, I could boost videos out like no tomorrow. Everything's on the fly. Everything's in reach of me. You know, I got my mic, I got my webcam and all that. Got all my Xbox One, PS4, Wii U, Wii, PS3, Xbox 360, and I could do a lot of cool things. You could also add webcam to here or your Twitch stream. I could futz with my vocal settings. Like I said, it's got an edit button where you can actually edit some of your software and your game clips. You could actually use these shortcuts and post right to these outlets. Like, you know, I mean, I wouldn't really use them, but you could do your edits right to YouTube, straight from the PVR, Facebook, Twitter. Sometimes that's nice to link a video. But, you know, I do everything manually. But really cool. I still do use OBS. I still use XSplit when it's hooked up to my PC if I'm doing a specific kind of a stream. But for the most part, this is the setup that I use now. And like I said, if you want to check out all the older setups, I will have links in this description. You can see how I've changed through the years. You know, you got to move with the times. But I got to tell you, I absolutely love the quality that comes out of here with the PVR. And I think it's a mix of everything. I think it's a mix of having a more powerful computer to work with the software, a better, newer device, a new capture device, my new microphone, which sounds to me insane. You know, I'm still really in the midst of messing with things. You know, direct capture is a very sophisticated, complicated thing to really master and nail down, and it's really a matter of messing with settings. You know, you're never happy with a setting, but it's getting there. I pretty much have it perfected. I'm actually doing this a lot faster than I was with my older direct capture, but if you remember, my old direct capture was the first time I moved to direct capture, so I'm already, you know, I already got the basics down. So this wasn't as big of a jump for me. But quality-wise, you're going to see it's leaps and bounds. And then a little bit more behind the scenes, what goes on over here. I have my Mac here, my 27-inch Retina iMac. Okay. This is how I do my workflow here. Alright, so like here we have a video here for Overwatch. You know, I can do my custom thumbnails if I want. This is where I do my tags. So I'm using different computers for different things, and once I upload the video straight from the PVR to the web with my PowerBook or my MacBook, I go on here with the big screen and I do my editing. And then to save workflow, you know, if I'm doing like 20 videos of the same playthrough, what I do is I have a little textbook editor here for my notepad. This is where I would put my tags. This is where I would put my description and my titles. And then look, it's just as simple as copy and pasting them to the next video instead of typing everything out. And if you look at this, I mean, I'm crazy. I do this for every single playthrough that I have planned in the future, or ongoing playthroughs that I'm constantly doing, like my Street Fighter playthrough or my, my Destiny playthroughs, my ongoing series. They're always on the fly. All I got to do is copy them and paste them. And just change the titles and whatnot to each part, or if I want to put subtitles like, blah, 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 this boss or this fight or whatever, I can edit it on the fly through the text editor and then just swipe it over to YouTube, and then I don't have to type everything out all the time. Makes the workflow really fast. I do put out a lot of videos a day. I'm recording every day. I am an AdSense partner with YouTube. I do monetization. I've been with AdSense since the beginning of the program. And I do a lot of playthroughs and reviews for companies, and they send me stuff to do, and I gotta have a good workflow going here for the production of the videos, so that's all here. We're not the biggest channel in the world, but we've been around before everyone else, and before it was a thing on YouTube. And yeah, I definitely changed. I mean, through the years, you gotta figure I've been here since, when the old timers were on here doing Let's Plays and whatnot, and I was up there with the biggest. And it's quite a difference of how I do things. And, I always like changing. I always like upgrading and messing with technology and seeing what works and what doesn't. And I'm liking this setup a lot. Of course, there'll be software updates to this. Actually, this version, if you actually look here, you can see it in the red there once it focuses the camera. This is actually in beta, this version. And it's quite different than the version that comes with the DVR, the PVR, that tells you to download. There's actually an option. You can download the last retail version of the software, or you could go get the beta. And I went and got the beta, and I like it. It's got the Twitch functions and the webcam settings and all that. And I'm sure this will be out of beta soon, I would imagine. But I'll be having an update on the software. I might even do a video of the best settings for your setup. So, because it's pretty involved here. As you can see here, there's a lot of settings. There's a lot of settings here. You have a lot of menus with different stuff that you could tweak, even with the microphone. It's pretty neat. Oh, you know what this thing has too? I forgot to tell you. This has a setting. I'm not using it, but because I like to do everything manually. But it is cool, the feature. What you could do is you could do automatically reduce game sound, and then you could set it. You could set the thresholds and the limits. What that is that no matter what you're playing, because this is a pretty powerful mic. I mean, this thing can catch audio from across the room. But you can go into Audacity or anything like that and edit your background sound out. But for the most part, I don't do that. I got fans running and everything, and a full house here. That's a little hard. It's time consuming to do that to so many videos. But what you could do is you could have that checked. And anytime you start talking, it auto-detects your mic going off, and it will automatically lower the in-game audio, so your game audio never overpowers you. Pretty cool. I'm still, in the midst of messing with those settings, because I kind of don't like how drastically it changes the game audio, and it's kind of like weird when you're listening to it back. It's like, whoa. It's like, woo, woo. Nothing's really balanced, but I know there is a lot of settings in there that you can change that. But you know what? I find that every game is different. These dials are constantly changing. Like right now, I have my live commentary set for, for 7, and then my game audio is set for -7. But that changes. Some games have higher in-game audio, some games have lower in-game audio. Sometimes your mic is higher or lower, but depending on what game you're playing. So that's a matter of settings, and a lot of times I have the stream chat tell me, hey Sean, up your mic, or hey Sean, up your game audio. So that helps a lot. So I don't have to test a lot of things myself. That is my updated tour of my direct capture. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys got to see, what I do behind the scenes, and how this channel functions, and how I do things, and my workflow and whatnot. And I'm sure I'll be having another updated video to this in the future. Take care, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Hope you look forward to the upcoming playthroughs on the channel. We got a lot of great content on the way. Take care, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye.